Every morning, millions of Americans begin their day with the same sound, the familiar crunch of breakfast cereal. But behind that simple crunch is a non-stop industrial giant, a mega plant running day and night to feed an entire nation. Inside this factory, raw grains are cooked, flaked, puffed, toasted, flavored, bagged, boxed, and shipped at a speed almost impossible to comprehend. Hundreds of machines, thousands of moving parts, and millions of cereal pieces are created every single hour. Today we're stepping inside the massive facility that produces millions of cereal boxes every week. This is the story behind your breakfast. Breakfast cereal is more than food in the United States. It is a routine, a habit, a cultural staple enjoyed by families, students, workers, and kids every single morning. This mega plant is one of the biggest cereal producers in the country. It operates 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. It creates enough cereal each week to fill tens of millions of bowls. Inside these walls are multiple production halls, towering grain silos, miles of conveyor belts, and an AI-driven automation network that manages temperature, pressure, cooking cycles, moisture levels, and packaging accuracy. To see how cereal is made at this enormous scale, we begin with the very first step: the grains. Every batch of cereal begins with raw grain. Trucks carrying corn, wheat, oats, and rice arrive throughout the day. The grains are unloaded through giant vacuum suction systems that pull them into the factory at high speed. Once inside, the grains pass through cleaning systems that remove stones, dust, sand, and metal. Air jets separate light impurities, while magnetic separators catch any steel fragments. The grains then move into the quality control lab. Technicians test moisture levels, measure protein content, and check for mold or contaminants. Only grains meeting strict standards are approved for production. Finally, the approved grains are stored inside huge temperature-controlled silos. From here, the cereal making process begins. The first major transformation happens inside massive pressure cookers. Corn, wheat, or rice is mixed with water, vitamins, malt, sugar, and minerals, depending on the cereal recipe. The grains simmer and soften while rotating paddles ensure every kernel cooks evenly. This creates the base texture that will later become flakes, puffs, loops, or clusters. For puffed cereals like rice puffs, the grains later enter high-pressure chambers where they rapidly expand. For multigrain cereals, several grains are blended and cooked together into a uniform dough. By the end of this stage, the raw grain has become a fully cooked, flavor-infused cereal base. Now the cereal moves into shaping. Cooked corn and wheat travel into enormous flaking drums, where heavy rollers flatten the grains into thin flakes. The thickness of each flake is controlled down to fractions of a millimeter. For oat cereals, rolling mills flatten the grains into classic oat flakes. For shaped cereals like loops, stars, rings, or squares, the dough is forced through industrial extruders. The dough is squeezed through metal dies at high pressure, creating the shapes instantly. After shaping, all cereals pass through drying ovens that remove moisture and set their final structure.
Here we see the inner bag film next to the outer cardboard. The moisture barrier quality is evident as the water simply beads on the surface.
This is where cereal becomes the crunchy food we recognize. The cereal enters massive toasting tunnels, some stretching over 100 feet long. Temperature zones crispen, brown, and caramelize the cereal. Each cereal type has its own time and temperature profile. Next, the cereal enters giant rotating flavor drums. Chocolate coating, honey glaze, cinnamon sugar, vanilla, fruit flavors, or frosted coatings are added depending on the product. Sensors monitor sweetness levels, color consistency, and moisture. Quality control teams sample cereal to ensure every batch tastes exactly the same.
Zoom in on the energy consumption matrix. We're showing a critical variance in the auxiliary systems.
Acknowledged. Adjusting the flow regulators now.
We're clear on this side. Final bolts tight. Let's get this line moving.
Another part of the plant is dedicated to making the boxes. Giant rolls of cardboard pass through high-speed printers that apply colorful graphics, characters, nutritional facts, and branding. The printing uses an 8-color press for vibrant detail. Ultraviolet dryers cure the ink instantly. Die-cutting machines stamp thousands of box shapes per minute. These flat boxes are folded and glued automatically, forming the familiar cereal box. Inside the box, a separate machine creates the inner plastic bag. The polyethylene film is heat-sealed to form strong, airtight liners. This is the most rapid part of the entire operation. Cereal flows into multi-head weighers that measure the perfect amount for each bag. Any underfilled or overfilled portion is automatically rejected. The cereal drops into plastic bags at incredible speed. Nitrogen gas is injected into the bags to keep the cereal fresh and crunchy. Robotic systems open the cardboard boxes, insert the bags, glue the flaps, apply batch codes, and seal each box. At maximum output, the line can process hundreds of boxes per minute. After sealing, the boxes pass through metal detectors and X-ray machines to ensure safety and purity.
The schematic shows a potential blockage right here.
I see it. We should prioritize that before the main shutdown sequence.
Let's check the timeline.
Check the tertiary coolant levels on Sector 4.
Finished cereal boxes
Levels
move into a
fluctuating
massive
slightly,
warehouse
adjusting
area.
flow rate now.
Robotic
All parameters
palletizers
remain
stack
green.
thousands of boxes into tall pallets. Shrink wrap machines secure them for transport. The pallets are stored in climate-controlled warehouses until shipping. Forklifts and automated guided vehicles move products to loading docks. From here, trucks deliver cereal to supermarkets, big retail chains, schools, hotels, and shops across the country. The plant runs continuously to meet national demand. From raw grain to fully cooked cereal, from flaking drums to flavor tumblers, from high-speed packaging to nationwide delivery, the journey behind every cereal box is a powerful blend of science, engineering, and non-stop motion. Millions of boxes every week, millions of breakfasts every morning. One incredible factory behind it all. This is how breakfast cereal is made at massive industrial scale. Fade out.
for me.
This is the best breakfast ever.